This is Jill Pack with the Seasons of Joy podcast. This is episode number 115, entitled Seasons of Transition. Are you a woman of faith who is struggling to navigate your current season of life? Do you feel like life is just happening to you instead of for you? My name is Jill Pack, and I'm a certified faith-based life coach and a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I want you to know that no matter your season or your circumstance, it is possible to create a more joyful life, and I would love to show you how. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Seasons of Joy podcast. How is everybody doing? It's been a minute since I've published a podcast episode, and I hope you've been enjoying your summer. Hopefully you've been able to do some things that you enjoy and that you've been able to spend time with the people you love. Life for me has been full of family and friends and reflection. So I am doing my business at a slower pace this summer, but I have some really good episodes coming your way. As summer is beginning to wane, I wanted to remind you of the ways that you can work with me. It's been a while since I've talked about it and I've been here, so I wanted to refresh your memory first, or if you're new here, tell you about it. So first, I offer private one-on-one coaching sessions for women in the mid-season of life. I call this the season of creation. As midlife women, we often find ourselves entering a season of self-discovery and self-awareness because we're going through some of life's transitions, such as empty nesting, the aging process, adult children, faith transitions, getting to know our spouses again, or even retirement. It's common for women in this season of life to have lost connection with themselves because they've been giving so much of themselves to other people. And so it can be really helpful to have a coach by your side as you navigate these transitions. Second, I offer couples coaching. Like I mentioned, it can be common in the mid-season of life to find yourself struggling in your marriage relationship. Let's face it, marriage can be a wild ride, right? No matter how deep our love runs, every couple navigates rough patches. From big hurdles like trust issues to financial woes, these challenges can feel like you're trying to scale a daunting mountain. In couples coaching, we dive straight into the heart of your relationship dilemmas. Now, unlike old school therapy that dwells on the past, my coaching style is about looking ahead, looking forward. I will be your guide towards transformation and a brighter and happier tomorrow, together, side by side. And third, a few times a year, I offer a small group coaching program, and I call this program the Season of Connection. And during this program, you'll gather with other like-minded women for 6 group coaching sessions to learn and apply simple yet powerful tools that will help you experience and create greater connection in your relationships, the relationship that you have with yourself, with others, and with God in this season of your life. With the support and encouragement of a community of women, you will be empowered to overcome challenges and seize opportunities for personal growth. The next group begins September 11th. And finally, I offer 2 free ways to get to know what it's like to work with me. Sometimes you're not ready to jump in and pay somebody for coaching. You might not know what coaching is, or you might just have discovered me and not know who I am. And so there are 2 ways to get to know what it's like to work with me. And the first one is in my Facebook group, and this is called the Season of Joy Community. This is a community of women of faith that support, encourage, and help each other as we work to create joyful connections in our life with ourselves, with others, and with God. And starting this month, I'm going to be going live on twice a month on the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of each month, I'm going to go live, and I'm so excited. The first live of the month is going to be a workshop style. It will range from 30 to 60 minutes. And in this workshop style live, I'm going to be sharing a tip or some tools or a concept or two to help you gain more clarity around becoming the creator of your joyful life. Now, in the past, sometimes I've shared a lot of information, and it's hard to really digest it and take it all in. So my goal with this is to break down things even smaller so that they're a little simpler to understand and to begin implementing in your life. The second live is going to be a Q&A or an Ask Jill Anything call. And this is where you can come, you ask questions about the things we learned in the monthly workshop or anything else that you're struggling with. This is a perfect way to really see what coaching is like and understanding some of the concepts and the tips and the tools that I teach as a coach. The second way is to schedule a complimentary private 55-minute clarity conversation with me. And this is where you and I will have a chat. We'll meet over in Zoom and we'll work together on something that you're struggling with. And my goal is to help you to gain some clarity around a particular problem in your life. This is a great opportunity to take some of those concepts that I teach and apply them to your specific circumstance. And again, to get that feel for what it would be like to work with me. So both of these are great options, the Facebook community and the complimentary clarity conversation. Those are great ways, especially if you're new to coaching or you just need a little clarity or a perspective shift. But if you're ready to take what I teach to a deeper level, again, I would invite you to consider my season of creation, which is my private one-on-one coaching or my couples coaching or my seasons of connection group. All of those are a great way to take what I'm teaching to a deeper, more personal level. So to chat with me about any of these, all you have to do is schedule that clarity conversation, that free 55-minute clarity conversation where you and I will discuss what it would look like and what would be the best fit for your circumstances. So you can learn more about all of these by visiting my website at www.seasons-coaching.com and then clicking on the Work With Me tab. So I would love to be your coach. Now on to this week's episode. As I mentioned before, we as women in the mid-season of life, we are faced with different transitions, career changes, children leaving the nest, health concerns, relationship shifts, financial planning, caring for aging parents, and spiritual growth. Each of our experiences are unique, and they're shaped by our personal circumstances, our support systems, and our faith perspectives. And these transitions that we face are often interconnected and can both be challenging and transformative. And that is the beautiful thing about life's transitions, right? They're meant to be both. They're meant to be challenging and transformative. Some of the challenges that we face in midlife are adjusting to change, right? With this season, we're adapting probably to new roles or routines or environments. And many of us may struggle with finding a new sense of purpose or meaning in our lives during these transitions. Or we may face balancing responsibilities. A lot of times, women in the midlife are juggling multiple responsibilities, such as caregiving for aging parents, while at the same time managing their own health, their career, or their family dynamics. And finding that balance amidst these demands can be difficult. Or we might be facing self-care and well-being transitions, right? These transitions that we face impact our physical and emotional well-being. We may find ourselves neglecting our self-care as we prioritize others or navigate stressful circumstances. And I've found this to be true, especially in this season of life. We may also face a transition where we're trying to navigate relationships, right? These changes in our relationships, whether with a spouse, with our children, with friends or colleagues. This can require navigating new dynamics or communication styles. This can be challenging because of our expectations and as our roles evolve. We may also have financial concerns. During transitions like career changes or retirement planning, financial stability and planning for the future now become a critical concern. We might worry about economic security and managing our financial resources effectively. We may also face spiritual and existential questions, right? We might be facing major life transitions that prompt us to seek for deeper spiritual questioning. We may seek greater meaning or purpose or understanding of our faith and life's purposes during this particular season of life. My husband and I have already faced some of these challenges, as many of you may have too. We're now navigating different ones. A few years back, right, we were navigating taking care of elderly parents and balancing that with our responsibilities at home, right? And now our children left, and so we navigated that season of life as well. Those transitions were challenging, but with time, we've adjusted to these life transitions. We're still navigating life with adult children and what our life's going to look like as my husband moves closer to retirement. And we're also coming to the end of an assignment in our church congregation, which that experience has greatly influenced and shaped us as people. And it's going to be hard to say goodbye to that experience and those people. And the other thing that we face as we're doing these transitions is that we can experience a wide range of emotions. Emotions like loss and grief, anxiety and uncertainty. We might have an identity crisis. We might face loneliness and isolation. We might experience frustration and anger. But we also can find hope and optimism. Transitions often involve letting go of familiar roles, routines, or relationships, right? And this can evoke feelings of that loss or grief. And this might include in mourning the end of a career phase, or adjusting to children leaving home, or coming to terms with changes in our health or our relationships. Facing the unknown in our future can lead to feelings of anxiety and uncertainty. Women may worry about whether they're making the right decisions or fear the implications of change on their lives and their loved ones. Changes in our roles or circumstances can prompt a reassessment of one's identity. We can start questioning who we are. We might not know who we are now that our children have grown, or our careers are shifting, or our health is changing, right? And this can lead to a period of introspection and self-discovery. Some of these transitions, such as empty nesting or retirement, can lead to feelings of loneliness and maybe even isolation as our social networks change or our daily routines undergo significant changes. Dealing with challenges such as health issues or career setbacks can also bring on feelings of frustration and anger. We might feel frustrated with our bodies, our circumstances, or our perceived limitations. But again, despite the challenges that I just spoke about, we can also experience feelings of hope and optimism as we look toward the future. We might want to open up to the idea, and that's my invitation to you today, is what if you could open up to the idea as each of these transitions that we face in this season of life is an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for new experiences and an opportunity to discover different goals and values that might become more important to you now that you're in this season of life. Navigating these emotions and the challenges that we face can be complex and deeply personal. We're all different. And I remember when my youngest daughter was getting ready to start her senior year of high school, and I've about this before, right? I was mourning the end of the season of having my children living at home and needing me like I used to be needed. I was feeling overwhelmed as my sisters and I were managing the care of my aging parents. I felt anxious and fearful around the idea of not knowing what was next for me. I questioned my purpose and I felt disconnected in my relationships. I found myself feeling frustrated and sometimes even a little bit angry because I didn't think that my life looked like I thought it would or should at that point. However, now I experience more hope, optimism, and peace in this season of life. I've learned that despite the circumstances and the challenges of my life, I am presented with the perfect opportunities for growth and transformation. So instead of believing that life is just happening to me, I really do believe that this life of mine is happening for me. And one of the big things that have helped me or that has played an important role in navigating this mid-season life is my faith. And I wanted to talk about different ways that my faith has served me during times of uncertainty and transition. There are 7 of them. The first one is it's been a source of comfort and hope. For me, my faith in Jesus Christ offers me a source of comfort and hope amidst the turmoil of change. Believing in a higher power and a divine plan has provided me reassurance that there's purpose and meaning behind all of life's transitions, even when they seem overwhelming or disorienting. Second, it's provided guidance and direction. I turn to my faith for guidance and direction, especially during times of uncertainty. The scriptures and words of religious leaders provide wisdom on navigating life's challenges, making decisions, and trusting in divine providence. They bring me peace. My faith has provided strength in the midst of adversity. I feel empowered by my faith as I draw strength from my beliefs and my convictions. My faith has instilled in me resilience. It's helped me to persevere through difficulties and setbacks with a sense of inner strength and spiritual support. I've also found community and support because of my faith. My faith community serves as such an important role. It's a vital support network during these times of transitions. My faith and this community of faith have offered me a sense of belonging, of understanding, of solidarity with others who share similar beliefs and values. I also surround myself and am surrounded by women of strength and resilience as part of my personal support network. And that is huge for me. That is huge for me. Another thing that my faith has provided is perspective and acceptance. My faith encourages me to view transitions from a broader spiritual perspective. It helps me to accept change as part of life's journey and to see opportunities for growth, for renewal, and spiritual transformation amidst the challenges. This perspective has been life-changing. My faith has also provided peace and serenity. The spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, and worship have brought me and continue to bring me an inner peace and serenity. It helps me create moments of reflection, connection with the divine, and a sense of calmness that can counteract anxiety and fear during those uncertain times, during those transitions, or the difficulties we face during our transitions. And finally, faith is a constant amidst the change. In a world where everything is in flux, right? We're surrounded by noise. The world is a noisy, noisy place. But for me, my faith provides a constant anchor for me. It offers a steadfast belief in the unchanging nature of God's love, of God's grace, and God's presence, regardless of my external circumstances. Overall, my faith serves not only as a stabilizing force, but it also empowers me in this season of life to navigate transition with courage, with resilience, and with a deep sense of spiritual assurance. It has provided me and continues to provide me with the strength to embrace change. It helps me find meaning in adversity and to press forward with hope and faithfulness. And as I said, navigating transitions in midlife can be challenging. I've been there. I still face challenges in this season of life, but I believe that by incorporating faith-based practices and seeking support can help us through the process. So I want to share with you 4 tips to empower you as you navigate this season of your life and the transitions that you face, and that you can do them. And by implementing these tips, you can face them with confidence. So number 1, prayer and meditation. I think as we develop a habit of daily prayer to seek guidance, clarity, and strength from God, we can find that peace amidst uncertainty, and He can help us discern the direction He wants us to go. As we reflect on scripture verses, right, we can find encouragement and wisdom during this time. And when we can meditate or reflect or ponder on the promises of God, our spirits can be lifted and our faith renewed. And it requires us to set aside time somehow, but it can look different for all of us. But it's about dedicating a certain amount of time, what feels right for you, for quiet reflection, away from the distractions, so that we can hear God's voice and cultivate a deeper relationship with Him. For me, it looks different on different days. Sometimes it's kneeling by my bedside. Sometimes it's setting aside a specific time in the day where I spend time in prayer and scripture. And sometimes it's by myself driving in the car, having a conversation with God. It doesn't always have to look the same. It's just being intentional in creating space for it sometime in your day. Number 2, stay connected and seek support. This includes participating in a faith community, whatever that looks like for you, where you can find encouragement, fellowship, and support. Surrounding yourself with family and friends can help you enjoy the happy moments, right? When we surround ourselves with others, right, we can enjoy those moments and they'll stand by us. Find those people that will stand by you during the tough times. Those people that can help you not feel alone and that can give you a chance also to be there for someone else too. Oftentimes when we are the support for someone else, we in return receive support. Friends can help us feel like we belong, and they can give our life more meaning. Seek guidance from other women. A lot of times, women that have gone and experienced or navigated a similar transition of life can be a great resource. Their wisdom and perspective can offer valuable insights and encouragement. And for me, this looks like weekly church attendance, or it also includes hiking or biking with friends, or some of my dearest people I Marco Polo with, right? It's so important to also remember that it's okay to get professional guidance too, right? Don't hesitate to seek counseling or professional help to guide you if you feel overwhelmed by the challenges of transition, right? Don't hesitate to seek professional help. A trained counselor can provide valuable support. And number 3, be open and embrace change. Shift your perspective by viewing transitions as opportunities for God to work in your life, shaping and refining your character. Embrace the journey of growth and learning amidst the change. By not embracing it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So the journey is going to be a lot more enjoyable if we can be open and embrace it, right? This is the perfect time for us in the mid-season to spend some time reflecting on defining what our values are at this season of life. What are our priorities? What are our personal and spiritual goals now in this season, right? How can we deepen our faith or align with those values or develop new skills or pursue interests, right? This is such a fun time of life. I will say that. I've grown so much as a person in this season because I've allowed myself to spend the time to define my values and my priorities and set goals for myself and develop as a person, right? It also includes practicing being flexible and open to unexpected opportunities, right? There are many unexpected opportunities that can arise during our different mid-season transitions. And if we can just trust God that He has a plan and a purpose for whatever stage of life we're in. And for me, I get curious and I ask myself questions like this. What can I learn right now? Or what am I supposed to be learning right now? How can this help me become the person I want to become? How do I want to show up in this situation? What is needed here? How can I show more love in this situation? What would aligning with my values look like right now? And how is this experience for me? Right? Those are great questions to ask yourself. So I invite you to think of some of your own. How can you get curious? How can you learn and shift your perspective so that you can open up and embrace the change that inevitably is going to come in this season of your life? And finally, number 4, stay grounded and practice gratitude. Anchoring your faith in the words that are found in Scripture or by church leaders or whoever you look up to or admire, right? Those inspirational people. We can memorize key verses, right? That provide strength and encouragement during difficult moments, right? Here are some of my favorite. Like, this is a practice that has really helped me. I'm one of those people that have sayings around their house, and I often have like scriptures or something, and they just, I don't know if it's because for me they feel like truth, and so they invite a sense of peace within me as I navigate the challenges and the transitions of life. They help me stay grounded. They anchor me to my faith. One is found in Psalms. It says, I sought the Lord and He heard me, and He delivered me from all my fears. Another one is found in Alma, which is in the Book of Mormon, a book of scripture that we use in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And it says, for I do know that whosoever shall put their trust in God shall be supported in their trials and their troubles and their afflictions, and shall be lifted up at the last day. Another one in the Book of Mormon is in Ether, and it says, wherefore whoso believeth in God might with surety hope for a better world, yea, even a place at the right hand of God, which hope cometh of faith, maketh an anchor to the souls of men, which would make them sure and steadfast, always abounding in good works, being led to glorify God. And in the New Testament, in John, the famous scripture that Jesus spoke, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Or in Matthew, come unto me all that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And in Luke, for with God nothing shall be impossible. And in the Old Testament, there's a couple in Isaiah that I love. The first one is, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. And the other one is, he is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. And in Proverbs, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding, and in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. And finally, in Philippians, I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. I invite you to cultivate a spirit of gratitude by regularly counting your blessings and acknowledging God's faithfulness in your life. Gratitude fosters resilience and a positive outlook. Maybe you just start small, right? It's not hurrying and switching to whistling a happy tune, but maybe start small. Can you be grateful that you have a body, a place to live, that you're surrounded by the beauty of God's creations, or that you have modern conveniences like cars, microwaves, and especially this year, air conditioning, right? And navigating transitions in the midlife requires being intentional, right? Intentional reliance on faith, support from others and ourselves, and a willingness to embrace change as a means of personal development and spiritual growth. Through a practice of prayer or meditation, seeking connection and support, being open, embracing change, and maintaining resilience through God's strength, we can navigate these transitions in the mid-season of life or any season of life with confidence and hope, knowing that God is with us, each one of us, every step of the way. That's all I have for you today, and I want to thank you for being here. Even though I've been missing for a while, I think I've been thinking of you often and what I want to share with you and how I want to make my coaching better. So if you're listening to this and you followed me for a while, thank you for sticking with me. And if you're new here, thank you for giving me a try, giving me a chance. Hopefully there's something that I've offered to you today that you can take back and just pick one thing that I shared that you could start implementing today in your life as you navigate this season of transition. And again, thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to the Seasons of Joy podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your friends and family. If you want to learn more about me or how to work with me, just visit my website, www.seasons-coaching.com, and have a joyful week.